Hey everybody, it's Gavin. I haven't made a video in quite a while, and well, actually, I did. I did make a small little video. You can check that out on my channel. It's called "God Bless Our Troops." Um, I made that, and I was really emotional. I was crying in it, like talking about how proud I am of my cousin Tyler for going into the Marines, and that was just a quick spur of the moment sort of video. I didn't plan it, nothing. I just spoke from the heart. And I guess I'm gonna kind of speak from the heart again with this one, but I kind of want to make a video considering what's been going on lately in my life. So right now I'm in my bathroom, so if you hear any white noise, it's from the fan, and I apologize. But this is kind of ideal. It's just a nice little setup, so then I can use my hands to speak, which I like feeling, free to speak with my hands. I guess it's a gay thing. I have no idea. Anyways, so I personally am going through a breakup right now. I'm still in the healing stages. Happened not even truly a full week ago. But the thing is that I'm still trying to be his best friend, because I became best friends with him throughout this whole experience of dating him, for 6 months. And at least I can now say that instead of being dumped or cheated on or broken up with, barely even before 1 month anniversary, or maybe a little bit after, I can now say I've been with somebody for half a year, which is a really big accomplishment in my opinion. In the gay community, relationships don't really last that long. So the fact that I got it to last that long is amazing. And by the way, quick side note, I'm sorry if my speech is kind of slurred or lisped. I just got my tongue re-pierced today. I had it back when I was 16, and I got it redone now that I'm 18. It's really swollen, and that's probably why I'm lisping or slurring or something like that. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I watched a JennaMarbles video not too long ago. That the whole about taking a chance, not holding back, and letting people know that, okay, hey, I like you. I'm not gonna sit here and hide and shelter myself because of the fact that, oh, what if you don't like me? I took a chance. I really did. I took a chance with the fact that this guy might not like me. I'm gonna admit, I met him on myyearbook.com, that one social networking website. I got rid of the account because I thought it was dumb. But yes, I met him on there. I found out that he lived in my town. Actually, not too far from me. So I told him, I don't want to talk on here, can you text me? So we started texting, and I was like, I don't want to keep this just as a text thing, because I know people do that all the time. They text people, or they talk on the phone, or they talk online, and I'm sorry, but it's bullshit. People need to go and step up, and take a chance. So we only texted for a few hours. We met the next day. I took that chance. I took that risk, and people don't necessarily do that all the time. You need to grow a pair of balls, or lady balls if you're a female. Like Jenna said, it doesn't matter your gender or your sexuality. You need to take initiative. Because, yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Somebody tells you, oh, I don't like you like that. Okay, peace, I can find somebody better that actually is gonna, do something for me. And who knows, you can actually create a friendship out of the person that doesn't exactly care for you in that way. Me and my now ex we became best friends throughout the whole relationship. So we're trying to take some time apart to heal, emotion-wise, the fact that, we really cared about each other. I loved him, I'll admit it, and the reason why we couldn't break up is because the more and more he tried to love me back, is the more that he found that we were best friends more than anything, you know, and that's okay, you know. Like, I understand not everybody's gonna love you back, you know. So, you know, but he is still my best friend. I'll admit it. He's like one of my best friends, and it just sucks. I'll admit, you know, but that's the whole thing. Is that I took a chance. I took a chance, and yeah, it didn't work out. But who knows? Maybe in the future it will work out. But right now, I have to be his best friend, because that's what he needs me for. Because he's not out of the closet. He's not. And so, he's gradually taking those baby steps, and I kind of want to be with him the whole journey there. See, that's what happens when you take a chance. I fell for the guy. Yeah, it didn't get reciprocated, but, you know, to the extent that I felt, but he did reciprocate. He did care for me. He did care for me a lot, but it just happens to be, it just didn't work out right now. You know, it might work out in the future. I'm not, you know, praying for it, hoping for it, you know, holding on to just that little itty bitty thing. And by the way, if you're going through a breakup right now, don't hold on to the fact that things might work out in the future. You know, it's a possibility. Don't necessarily try to go be friends with that person so that you can, like, stalk their Facebook or something, being like, oh, who's this girl, or who's this guy, or, you know, that they're talking to. If they're going to talk to somebody, let them talk to somebody. You know, you're not with them anymore. You need to be their friend. If you're going to honestly say that you're going to try to be their friend, then be their friend. Don't try to be anything else. Don't try to be, like, vindictive and say, you know, talk shit behind their back, you know, to this new person. You know, don't do that. Be their friend and take chances. You know, if you're really, like, sprung off somebody, or if you're feeling somebody, let them know. Don't try to hide it. Just let them know. You know, people are too sheltered. And so, you know, just, you know, take life. Carpe diem, you know, like, live. Let things happen, you know, and if they don't happen, then move on. Because it's life, and it's gonna keep going on, okay? It's not like, you know, I'm 18, you know, I'm still young. It's not like, you know, 23 years old, oh, I have to find somebody and get married. No. Go get laid. Who cares? Have fun. Live life. And then if things work out, then things work out. But if they don't, they don't. So, what I'm trying to say is, take a chance. Grow some balls. Let somebody know that you dig them. If it doesn't work, then either move on to, you know, something better, or or just be friends, you know? Because who knows, that might turn into a really good friendship. So, and then, you know, if you're going through a relationship, make compromises, but not too big of compromises, okay? You need to make things work. If you're honestly gonna, don't do 90-10, do 50-50, you both have to work at it. And if you're going through a breakup, don't try to be their friend to be vindictive, don't try to talk shit, don't try to, you know, and don't sit there on your ass, woe is me, you know, oh, I'm never gonna move on from this, my life is over. No, life goes on. So live life, take chances, and just keep moving, you know? And that's basically, you know, my whole, you know, spiel today, you know, what I had to talk about. So, if you guys like the video, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to work out doing a thing where I will make a, you know, a weekly video, or maybe twice weekly, you know, who knows. But anyways, I'll leave links in the box. So yeah, and Jenna, if you're watching this, I gotta say your videos are inspirational. So anyways, that's all I've got to say. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, bye.